Just jumping into another arena game. I just decided to stream this kind of last minute, so the auction is still underway, but it's going kind of slow. So I'll jump right over to the game board and we can break this down a little bit. So I'm in first seat here just to catch you up a bit, and I chose Darklings. This player here picked Witches, into Dwarves, Rollings picked Halflings. I actually bid Darklings quite a bit here. Which I've been avoiding kind of these days, like just like not overbidding Darklings too much. But I've been kind of just like back into playing them a little bit and like really enjoying them and finding that they can be pretty good on fjords. The other reason I kind of like them is I think they get a good pass tile here at first seat. I'm hoping that Witches will take Temp Ship, which means that I might get Worker Power or Priest in first seat. It's probably kind of a risk to do that, but that's sort of my hope here. I mean, they could easily just take. I'm assuming Halflings will take Worker Power, or sorry, Spade. Dwarves will take Worker Power. Witches might actually be tempted to take the Priest, in which case my opening's like not nearly as good. But if they do take Temp Ship to try to secure some of these greens, then I get a Priest in first seat. So, hey folks. Whoops, sorry. Go back here. Just post in some of the Discords. Yeah, so I may have overpaid here a little bit, but the track actually works quite nicely for Darklings. Classic Temple into Sanctuary, build out dwellings here, round 4 digs. They'll want to build trading posts here, so they might build a temple in 4 or even 3 if get a good enough start. Get water 1, dig down a bunch of dwellings in here, town up with some TPs, probably 2 towns here, blast the rest of the dwellings down, and then whatever else we're doing, lock up a cult, finalize connection, or maybe it's a 3rd town that's, something like that. Oh, the other thing I really liked about Darklings here is because I was expecting this to happen. I was expecting G5 to happen, and I think this we get a lot of leech. Sorry, is what I mean. I was expecting this triangle of or trio of structures around G5 to happen. So I think we get good leech here. This is interesting. Oh, this is very good for Witches. Yikes. Expecting this to happen. I also think that there's no pressure under F4. So as long as we just get to dig this can be a town. Now, what would be really broken is if we could get both of these hexes and then have our sanctuary over here. We'll see. But I think I am just going here. Oh, and Halflings went on C7. That's odd. Really hoping that Witches take Temp Ship here. Oh, they do. Okay, so I get a Priest. So I basically want a Worker's Action. There's 3 things that I want this round, and it's all a question of like what's under more threat. I want this hex. I want this hex. And I want a Worker's Action. Having said that, I also do want to just upgrade over here. And if I'm upgrading here, then this is not probably going to be my Sanctuary town. Oh, unless I can dig E7. Okay, because there's sort of this weird tension of like, if I could get F7, let's say yellow's in the game, getting F7 means you can move your Sanctuary town over here and then make this a 4-hex town. That was sort of thought 1. Like there's this tension of like I want to upgrade here to be part of the leech party, but I also want my Sanctuary here. But my Sanctuary might just go here, and I don't fight for E4. I might have an easier time getting F7 and E7. We'll see. I think I want to upgrade first. I'm being a little greedy with power, and then I'm going to dig next action. I think G6 is probably... Well, I don't actually know. Neither of these hexes are particularly strong for Witches, to be perfectly honest. This is only kind of good. Well, it annoys Darklings, but it's good if you can possibly get a future Sanctuary town with a bridge here. This is really good if dwarves are on E8 because it allows you just to push through here, maybe even dig F6 before they do. Like if engineers are on this, then digging this out from them just means you can sort of Sanctuary town here and connect with less ship. But this is kind of weird because dwarves did not start here, which means if witches are taking a spade, it's going to be on E8. Yeah, what am I talking about? These things are super safe. Witches didn't even want to wait to see if they could get double dig because dwarves letting them have this is just so good for them. So I think what I actually do now is I can just take my workers action as my second action. And I can decide what I'm digging after that. Oh yeah, this is really good. So now I just take workers. I should have noticed all of, well, actually, what am I talking about? There's no way that I could have known this opening in the, through bidding. All of this stuff, the lack of pressure on F7 and G6, the fact that I'm not securing either of these hexes until turn 3 and 4 is a product of dwarves starting on F6. Which is very good for witches, but then it was also just good for me because witches basically needed to secure the gift that dwarves gave them before they take it away again by just tunneling, as opposed to taking one of the two hexes that are not amazing for them, but fine enough and annoying for me, and those hexes are G6 and F7. But yeah, I think this is just going very well. I think now I dig this because I'll get extra leech from witches. Not my landscape. I would love a coins action this turn, I think. It's also actually slightly tempting to take Earth 2 here as opposed to Fire 1 if I do get a coins action. God, we're trying something new here. I mean, I've been back into a bit of a Darklings kick. These days I'm like Chaos and Darklings, and yeah. I was off Darklings for a long time. I just found that they were boring and people overbid them a lot. But now Darklings, like, people don't just go crazy for them. You can get an okay deal. And I've been just playing around with them a bit more. I mean, this seems cool. I just get a coins action here. You actually think Air 2 might be the play for a whole extra worker going into round 3? Interesting. I am going to take a coins action. Question is when. Can I cycle more power? I give witches 2 power. They can do nothing with it. Dwarves are past. Yeah, I can totally just do this. You think Air 2 might be the play. God, this leech is good. Getting a lot of leech. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what to do. Yeah, it's a good point. Deranged. Buy a priest, send it to air. I mean, I could buy a priest, send it to air, and actually this cult spade isn't unhelpful. That's spicy, guys. Because the cult spade, I actually have some expensive early digs to do. This cult spade going on e7 seems cool. Going on f4 is awesome. I guess my sanctuary is going here because I upgraded. So just, you know, allowing me, like, if I bought a priest, sent it to air, and then got on and took air 2 or whatever. Well, yeah, I need to take air 2 to get the cult spade, and then got onto worker power. That's not going to happen though. I could actually sanctuary and get down e7 next turn, which seems like way too much. I mean, I can just, yeah. I guess this isn't under that any threat really. Taking Earth 2 just allows me to get down G7. I can go Sanctuary 4 Dwellings with Earth 2. But there just aren't that many coins in the game. And witches are probably taking a coins action next turn. Oh, I just get a spade here. Yeah, it's pretty broken. Yeah, and then we just get to pass on to a spade. I got priest in first seat. Oh, temp ship. Okay, that's to do this stuff. That's fine. All right, I don't really know what this does. I can't figure out if this is good or not, so we're just going to do it, and then we'll just see what happens. If you're just tuning in, people want me to go air 2, buy a priest, send it to air. So, and I can't figure out if I like this or not. So, ta-da. I really want that worker. But the spade is a spade, as they say. I don't really have a spot for the spade is the problem. Or I don't have I don't have a worker. Yeah. All right. I can get worker action, but that seems pretty gross. I mean, I'm building. It's yeah. Maybe that's what I'm supposed to do here. I think I should cult spade this. But then I'm kind of committed to digging it because a double dig here would threaten it. So the question is, can I cult spade this? I can also use my to brown. I could even spade it to black, but then it's a double dig for witches. I mean, they'll leave it alone probably. They just want this stuff. I guess the thing is like if I use my cult spade at my spade here on this hex, like do I get to secure it next turn? And I do with a worker's action. There's just not very many coins this game. I took air 2 as a way to take coins. And then also get some other stuff. A worker or a position on the air cult, a cult spade, all that kind of stuff. But the purpose is to still convert it into coins whenever possible. You prefer saving power for coins. I do too. A little short on workers. Oh, I have air 2 workers coming in. Clutch. Yeah. I was just gonna say that that fifth structure down is really the difference to allow you to temple, safely next round, because it just, yeah, it's just often the teetering point between whether or not you can afford it, building another level 2 structure in round 3, with those air workers just make it work. Yeah, no, I'm definitely not taking a workers action given the air workers. Um, I'm basically just building a sanctuary here. We'll just take Earth 1, and then I guess I just give people a bunch of power. Double dig is gone. Okay. Fire 1. And then Earth 1 next round? Or is it Earth 1 and then Water 1? Um, yeah, Fire 1 could have been interesting. I don't love sending both priests to fire. I guess it's okay. Um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, basically, you're trading Fire 1 for Water 1, which I don't know. Like I don't really know how to evaluate that very well. I mean, this is just gorgeous. Like gonna overproduce. Yeah, I think you'd probably just get Earth 1 here. Assume in next round. I don't know. Well, I guess it's all gone. Would I have still gotten this copy? I mean, probably. Anyhow, this is all super sketchy, actually, guys. But we're just doing stuff. Um, I guess actually I can just turn this into a 5-hex town. This is slightly safer as black than this is. This is safer as black than this is as black. This digs something slightly away from halfling should they ever double dig this, and digging this to black digs it slightly closer to witches. The only reason why I like this to black is because I could actually just ignore this and just make a 4-hex town, but I don't actually need E6 here. I guess it allows me to 2-ship up here, which is interesting for some reason. Might not matter though. I think I'll just dig this. Well, I had a bonus spade. Yeah, it's the only problem with this bonus spade. But yeah, otherwise I'd love to pass for one of these guys ASAP. I still will get to pass first. Dwarves have like a dwelling to build. Halflings are on temp ship. They at least want a dwelling here, if not. Oh, I guess there is no way for them to use their range. But yeah, they're probably building another dwelling here. Just witches. Do you think witches will pass? Yeah, they'd love another coins action. I think they'd rather I don't know. They feel like they have stuff to do. I think they probably want a trading post this round into a stronghold next turn. I think they probably want a dwelling and a TP. Right? A dwelling and a TP is just 2 coins of power and 2 points better. So that's what they're paying to pass. Coin's action is only 3 coins. And if this, they don't have any other plans for this priest, it might as well just go to air this round for an extra worker. They can just fight this cult. Unless they're saving it for earth or water or something, I don't know. But yeah, I don't think witches are passing. Yeah, for sure, it's true. I mean, it is a very coin-tight game. That makes sense. That pass makes sense. Okay, so I guess we just take a priest and a coin. I'm making 4 power, so that would be a full power bowl. And then the question is, how much do I want to save for leech? Are dwarves building a sanctuary this turn? Possibly. I might want to down convert a lot just to be safe. I can't convert all that, can I? Actually, I can. That still gives me the possibility of a coins action. I mean, I assume Roland takes coins. If I move 4 power tokens into bowl 2, I have 6 here. I can burn 3 off and get a coins action and still be down to 9 tokens. And then this way, 5, 10, 11, 12. I don't need to down convert that many. 12. This allows me to leech 8. The most I'd be getting is maybe this is another trading post and a sanctuary. Can I accept 5? So then it's 4. 1, 2. This allows me to accept up to 5. 5 plus 4 is 9. And this is 10. Okay. So we'll do that. I'm guessing this is a sanctuary from dwarves followed by a dwelling. I don't think that's what they should do, but I would just build a dwelling and then tunnel, I think. Yeah. It's not clear why they didn't do that in the other order, but makes it a little bit more palatable. I don't love this from dwarves just because they're not on the big building pass tile. It's not in the game at all. So this doesn't like help you with future scoring. It's just a one-time event. And you can just build it next round for the same amount of points. Economically, it's just better to build these 2 structures than build this next round. Like even if you did Earth 2 in round 3, which would be weird, like it's still just better to build 2 dwellings and pass. But yeah. Yeah, it's fine. It's like worse than a worker by a worker basis. Well, oh, I see. Never mind. I take it back because the sanctuary is just this tunnel. So it's actually a power better if they were going to sanctuary in this round. I just don't know if a sanctuary is really worth it because they don't need a sanctuary for a town, and so spending all these resources on an econ favor kind of defeats the purpose. Maybe it's okay. Yeah, F4 gets dug next turn. Next turn looks a lot like it's probably getting dug first action. Assuming I miss out on coins. If I get a coins action, I'll take. Yeah. If I can get a coins action, then I'll take that and then dig this. Exactly deranged, yep. I do want one dwelling out, just for economy purposes, and I do need to secure this. But then otherwise I'm passing. Yeah, I'll be passing. So I'll have 7 priests generated between now and the dig round, and I'm using 2, so I should have 5 priests going into the dig round. And I'm probably passing on to nothing good here. Because dwarves pass onto the spade now. And then witches pass onto cult coins, probably. Oh, they have ship advance. They might take this, so cult coins might be available. This is pretty nice for witches. 3 points, 3 power, and 2 coins. Can I dig to e4? I could. I don't really need to. But yeah, f6. Yeah, I don't really get what f6 was about. Dwarves pass on the spade. I think this is the ship BP tile. I was just doing the math in my head. It's not actually that much better than the call coins, probably. It's probably deceivingly close. I think this is coins. Okay, so it is double dig. All right, this is the best solution because I get it. My concern was actually that halflings double dig h6 for some reason, which doesn't actually seem great, but they do that. They then give me the coins action, and then I no longer have a backup, and then dwarves like spade and hard dig this. But now I get to take this, and if dwarves double dig this, then I'll just triple this turn. Or honestly, I might even wait till next turn. I'll secure this turn. Gosh, it's tempting not to, though, to be honest. Like, one of these hexes are available for me until next round. And if all I want to do is build a dwelling this turn, why am I, why am I spending that many more points to do it? Like, I could just build a dwelling here. I do need to dig something, because I'll actually be overproducing priests. Okay. So it might be a temple on g8 and then digging a building on e7, like a silly person. Yeah, I would have done g7, except for that because of the priest to heir, I mean, I'm not blaming it on it. The priest to heir was excellent. These workers are so good right now, especially with that coins action. These workers are so valuable. It's unbelievable. But once I build a temple, I'll have 3 priest income. So I actually need to drop a priest this turn, otherwise I'll literally be overproducing them going into round 4. Yeah, E4 is very cool. This is a cool stretch. Like I get to easy third town in the northwest or southwest. Well, it's not that easy. Like I can get to here, which seems very good because this is such a cool hex in this game or on this map. But it doesn't really do much for Darklings. And then over here, I can ship to a double dig, but halflings are going to be here. I guess on one ship, I can do this stuff and dig around dwarves eventually being up here. Like it's not. That's the reason why E4 here. Like it seems really exciting. Anytime you generally cut through a chunk of land in Terra Mystica, go from one water access way to 2 other water access ways. You'd say this on base map. You'd say this on Fire and Ice. Like it just seems very strong. Like normally just the geometry of it just seems broken for Darklings, but I actually don't know how much it gets you. Is kind of the problem. But anyhow, why not 2 dwellings? No particular reason. No particular reason. It's just paying 2 points for a worker, which is totally fine, and then passing tempo. Like the other thing I can do is Simon is build a temple for water 1, dig E7, pass on to cult coins, and take another 7 coin action. That's also up for grabs. Oh no, witches are passing super early. Never mind. Yeah, it does cut the. Yeah, it's true. I mean, next turn, if F4 is available, I take F4. And then if dwarves don't double dig E4, or witches aren't on temp ship and take it or something, I'll take it. I've already connected through this stuff. So, like this, even if E4 gets cut off, this is just a better dig than this. So I start by digging this. And then sure, I'll take E4. And then I'll dig this stuff. Because that's exactly what I have enough digs for. If E4 does get taken, and I get F4, 5 priests is a little awkward, because I'll have 1 left after I dig these. Perhaps this is too many variables, but I'm just like thinking like anytime I'm like pretty much anytime I'm playing Terra Mystica and I'm actually like trying to do these, and it's like I'm thinking through like different decision trees, right? So that's one option. I dig F4, no one does anything, so I just continue digging. So that's pretty clean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all. I just fill all this shit in with dwellings, and then I'm just like have the easiest towns in the world next round in 5. Or I take F4 and someone takes E4. I then take E7. I take a priest action and I triple dig this before dwarves tunnel to it and get this stretch, which seems pretty goofy. Otherwise, my 5th priest goes to shipping. And shipping at Darklings is already very inefficient in general if you can avoid it. But shipping in a dig round seems real gross. Yeah, they might. They might take F4, and I'm not too worried about it because if they do, I just take H6, and I don't think halflings are gonna double hard dig it. Like I'm being greedy here. Like some people, like weird stuff might happen, but like, halflings might have a single dig advance done by the end of this round. And so what, dwarves are going to double dig this next turn, and then halflings are going to 4-worker dig this. Not taking F4 this round. Yeah, you guys might be right. I just don't see the huge value in it. Maybe I'm just supposed to take that to like annoy dwarves. I don't know. So now I'm going to dig this. And I may build the other dwelling. I'm not entirely sure yet. As it stands, I still have tempo on a coins action. Yeah, you're probably right that I should have double dug H4 this round. It's a little too risky, probably. But at this point, I'm probably passing on to temp ship. Because I assume witches pass here for the spade. Oh no, I just get to pass for a spade as well. Okay. They don't have advanced digs, so it looks really bad for them, and they'd be overtowning. I mean, I'm playing with fire here. Dwarves could also jump and tunnel to this, and then I take this. Like, I don't know. I just kind of tend to play like this a little bit. Like, I probably shouldn't. This is probably a coins action. If it isn't, I probably still take coins here. And you guys are just nervous for another turn, and I'm sorry. Oh, actually, I do get a coins action because I need to triple dig this anyhow. So I might as well just triple dig this if dwarves take coins. I don't know, this is weird. I mean, I think dwarves just are taking double dig? I don't know where the other dig goes. I thought it was just single spade. Are they just digging something random? Like E6 to yellow just for points? Or G7 to brown to annoy me? I thought it was single spade. Because I don't see where else they can dig. I mean, it has to be an undo or G7 to brown, because otherwise they're digging. Yeah, I don't know. C3. Oh, right, they can tunnel. This wasn't the tunnel. Of course. Of course. Maybe they're trying to be sneaky and taking H6. Yeah, it's a little tricky because C3 to gray just opens it up for witches. Like, witches, this is kind of a weird thing, but like, witches have a stronghold out, but they've upgraded to 3 ship already. So, dwarves don't have a great spot to put it. Like, witches can just hard dig this on them. D3. That's interesting. I mean, at this point, I just need to disrupt their town. They should have secured this. Yeah, as much as I say I'm a pacifist player, like one of my issues this turn is I have too many digs and not enough hexes to put them, so I have to upgrade shipping and can't afford it. Like, yeah, and I'll just take E4 next if I can. Like, I still have 4 digs left. Like, it's actually like, and not really coins for shipping. So he just spent 6 workers to town up around, or like, oh no, Tukey Town. It's my guess. No, I don't take the coins. I couldn't. I mean, halflings might have just dug this. It's bad. I don't know. It's okay. I think I'm also just digging this. So this is where not digging last round doesn't seem like a coherent overall strategy. Yeah, I guess I wasn't expecting to be given a coins action as part of it. So I'm not sure that it's not coherent. I think if I have all the information I do now last round, I may have made other decisions. So I think the decisions are consistent. I think people chose different decisions than I would have, basically. I didn't think I was being offered a coins action. I thought halflings were taking coins. Right? They were in first seed and opened double dig, or what happened? I can't even remember. So I didn't think it was in the cards for me to get a coins action, I guess. Maybe they they didn't have the power for it. I guess I should have known I could have gotten coins. Yeah, maybe you're right. Yeah, and I mean, the other thing about it, the reason that I'm trying to just get as many digs in the dig round as possible. I realize it's a little points greedy, but it's not. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the goal this round was to have a lot of digs, use them all not shipping, and then just have all my dwellings on the board at the end of the round. There might have been other stuff that I should have done, but as well, but I can execute that plan okay. I'd like to get this. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Was I supposed to know that dwarves were going to tunnel here and leave this open and then I take, like, I have no idea. And then dwarves taking this meant that I took this H6 hex because I had nowhere else to put my spades. Like, I was expecting to, like, dig this stuff, right? Like, I don't know. What I really want to do here, I think, I want to pass for a coins action. I'd love to build this dwelling, for sure. It's a free worker doing it this round. But passing for a coins action seems really good. I could also pass for temp ship. I do need some shipping. I would like to start digging stuff down here. I can carve out a third town this game, probably. However, just passing, if I'm going to town next round anyhow, I can just take a ship town or something and not temp ship. Like, it's late enough in the game where I think ship VP might just be slightly better than temp ship. I think that makes sense. Yeah. So I have 7 power income, so I should do this. This allows me to leech a 2-for-1. I don't know who's giving me a 2-for-1, but cool. Let's do it. Oh, there's a free power. That's a future town I wasn't expecting. Halflings do have upgraded digs, but maybe Roland just doesn't care that much. Smooth halflings have their digs upgraded. I think he did that this round, didn't he? Yeah, he did that this round. I was expecting him to upgrade digs once last round, but he just passed. Yeah. The other consideration about F4 is, is this correct? Oh, I guess the last round I dug E7. but I didn't dig f4. Okay, so I could have left e7 open and dug f4 in the same amount of time. I did put down a dwelling last round. Yeah. So by saving 2 points of digs, like I could have done a double dig as opposed to one, I gave up 3 coins. So I should have converted 2 points into 3 coins, and I didn't. I mean, I don't know. Have I won it? I mean, it's hard to say. After all this, like, take air 2, get a couple coins actions, get the workers from air call, build up, like, sick priest production, overproduce digs going into a dig round, smash that out of the park. I still, like, am tied for last in points and have no cults. I mean, I guess I have 2 towns, whereas my opponents have 0, 0, 0, and 1 next round. So I have 2 towns in a town round and 3 more this game coming. Yeah. Two-man game between me and halflings. Yeah. So Roland is just going to disrupt this town, which makes sense. I got 3 free power last round that I wasn't expecting. I guess witches were on the TP tile. I don't know. I should have. That cost me half a coin. Has anyone been having stream issues? Dropped frames, Twitch refreshed on them, anything like that? Coins action. Is that the second or the third coins action? I had one round 1 and one this round. Have I had one in the mid game? I feel like I got another one. A little, but not terrible, George. Okay. When I went to boot up this stream, Streamlabs said that like there was a big update, and then the update didn't work, and I went online, and Streamlabs OBS is now Streamlabs Desktop, whatever that means. So I literally had to like download a whole new app and delete the other one. And then for the first time ever, I've been getting dropped frames. So I don't know if I just I haven't actually, the settings that I had on Streamlabs didn't carry over or something. Maybe I haven't arranged. Yeah, I guess maybe I haven't. So Air 2's only been 1 coins action. I mean, that is bad. So in other words, it's been 2, 2, 2, and 3.5 coins. All right. So it's been 2.5 coins worse than Fire 1. Yeah, didn't I get a coins action because someone took double dig? I think I did get one in round 2. I don't think I should have, or something. I think I got a sneaky coins action that I didn't deserve, kind of. All right, what towns am I taking, and how do I think through this? I want to build trading posts this turn. Dwelling rounds are next round. I want another town. Two ship seems like just points here and not actually helpful. I have 6 more digs this game and 2 towns. I can just get this hex. I can get this one. I can get this one. Witches might take this from me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 6 digs I need. So I've got all the digs I need, and then I just have towns for stuff. I need at least 1 for shipping. So one of these 2 towns needs to be a priest town or a ship town. Could be a priest town and a coin town. Oh yeah, I think the inefficiency, like any inefficiencies that came in Air 2 from the coins, the workers were very worth it. I mean, arguably it was only 1 worker, but it meant that I could also send Air 2 was a worker, and then Air 2 also enabled me to convert a priest into 3 power, a spade, and a worker. So you can attribute that to Air 2 as well. But yeah, it was just that whole sequence of Air 2, priest to air, like those workers came in really handy for this other temple. I guess I'm just going to dig this now for the temple in round 3. Because that's very, very tall. So I just need 1 trading post on each of these guys, and then they're done. And the towns are good. So I could go TP, TP. I'd like to secure these hexes this round. I don't think witches care about this, but it would be annoying if they took it. So let's assume it's 2 TPs and 2 dwellings at the very least. And then another TP. So 3 TPs. All right, so I should just count this out. Get a shopping list going on. So I want 3 trading posts, 2 dwellings, and a ship upgrade, which can be a ship town maybe. How about 2 ship towns? I mean, yeah, so the thing is the second ship town isn't any economy. You love going to 3 ship here. I just feel like 3 ship is going to cost me a town. Like, from an economic perspective, like, taking a second ship town, if it's just for points and doesn't allow me to reach natural blacks or anything like that, is just it's 4 or 5, 6, it's a 10-point town. So a priest town is just a point better and comes with utility. Yes. So definitely taking C4 if I can, which I can. Yeah, I totally can here. Taking C4 is definitely in the cards. That I definitely want to do. So I think then what I do is I do ship town. And I build a dwelling on C4. That ship town is paying a lot for econ. Here it's all I'm paying for tempo, because Roland can upgrade ship and then secure this in. Oh, I guess I need to upgrade ship a second time. Okay, so the ship town is fine. What I really want is Roland not to upgrade ship on his next action. And then I'm tempted to just pay for a ship upgrade or something so I can take it. Do we really need a third town? Yeah, I want to... yeah, I want to 3-town and take C4. So I think we can because we have... Oh, I guess we have more short one trading posts. So what it would mean is that like I would TP down here, dwelling, trading post, which is dig this. I have neighbors here and here. I air 1 and 2 more trading posts in the last round. It is a lot of stuff. I don't know that I'm winning network here. I mean, witches have 3 ship, and they have a lot of stuff down. They probably get another temple. Yeah, like witches get another temple and all this stuff, and if they have 2 temples on the board, they probably get a landscape. Like witches might go down to 2 structures here. They have 4 more hexes. Well, not really. Anyhow, what am I doing? I don't need the ship upgrade. 8 workers, which I don't actually have. So I'm not building 3 trading posts this round. I'm building 2. 6 workers and 10 coins, which I kind of have. All right, so this means a coin town. Means a coin town. The third town might just have to be a lame temple for fire 2. Which will probably be 2 cult points, and you're just building a temple to buy you a town. Means I'm short a priest to take I7 this round. Because if I think I'm going this line, A, I'm paying for an extra shipping, and I've just made my town cost an extra structure. Like, I now need fire 2, basically. Like, this is costing me... I mean, the ship upgrade's okay, because it's 7 points, so the point conversion is okay. But this move is just costing me a copy of fire 2. I feel like that's one way to look at this. I don't know if halflings are trying to connect. I mean, it's not that hard for them to do so. I mean, they upgrade ship once, they get here and here. Like, and then they do 2 ship, and then they try to, and then they go 2 ship, and then hope that witches or dwarves don't take them on these hexes. Because I think my biggest competition here is halflings, and if I can cause there to be any form of a swing L4, then I think that's just better. Like any network swing between me and Roland. I think Roland would have tried to find a way to connect. What else is he doing? Next round's a dwelling round. He's not getting another town. So what else is he doing other than just like digging here, building here, digging this? No, they have no ship yet, but I mean, they can upgrade shipping. I mean, they don't have it yet, but I don't know why that really matters. I need 10 workers. Yeah, it's just a coin town. Good thing Rainier's here. And yeah, there's been a lot of talk about the TP tile. I mean, I am sitting after Roland. I've been keeping an eye on that. It's unclear to me, like, counting Roland's moves. I'll pass now if I can get on the TP tile. Roland could take 3 actions. I never know to the degree to which people are going to fight for stalling. Hot take, the ship advance here is worth as much as your 3rd town. The ship advance comboed with C4. Is that the take deranged? Are you talking about the ship advance I already did? It's worth as much? Free ship. So it is a 7-point ship. Yeah, I needed the first ship, which is why I took the ship town. The second ship I paid for painfully. Because it came with network points. And now I'm just sitting at a spot where if I upgrade ship, it's 7 VP. For a 2-point priest. So I can change 3 coins into 5 VP. I can also just be, well, hitting natural blacks is okay here. Like, I'm probably only getting another 4 structures down next turn. So, like, and I have 4 digs. So there's, I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't think there's any utility in the shipping. I think I'm just passing for the TP tile. So sorry if that means I'm not upgrading ship and I'm supposed to be. I just think the TP tile looks pretty good. There aren't many pass points this game. Now, annoyingly, if I do town up, this will only be 6. Because I'll need to fire 2. So it's a 6-point tile if it's a town. If I just build 2 trading posts and 2 dwellings, and I have priests that are slightly more efficient on fire. So I mean, I guess that's the other way I could do this. I can just build 2 trading posts, spam dwellings on the blacks, and and then just get 2nd and fire. I'll be down to 4 structures. Witches beat me on network, and I just come in second on network. I have 12 call points. I mean, I can basically just calculate that whole game. It's 12 call points. It's 12 in network. It's 2 digs that are going anywhere random. It's 3 points for the trading posts, 8 on the pass. And then my dwellings, which are 16. So that's a 149 game plus a resource point. Yeah. Like plus 3 resource point. I don't know. Maybe I buy another priest or something. So I can just do that and call it 152. Seems okay. Part of the reason why I kind of love Darklings is it's because of these questions like C4. Like I feel like that's a less of a complicated question if you're not Darklings. But you have to ask yourself, like, if you want to play Darklings the most optimized way, which I didn't here, by the way. I mucked up the mid-game stuff with all the digs and the coins. Like, there's definitely some weird stuff in there. I won't defend myself too much. But anyhow, on the C4 thing, like, the C4 thing is got to be pretty good here. But just the fact that it's a slightly more complicated question, like, I just find it interesting. Like, I think with other factions, it's not that complicated. Like, you're on the ship tile, upgrade ship, take a hex, fight network. Like, that's just kind of normal stuff. But Darklings, like, you know, going 3 ship or not, like, I don't know. It's actually kind of complicated. It's not like obvious to me. I have to think through all those things. NerdCube played a sick Darklings game the other day where he 3-shipped at the end of the game. He built his last town was it was such a network steal. It was such a dirty network steal. His last town at the end of the game, like I think he towned up basically as everyone was passing and took a ship town and then hit these natural blacks for network. And yeah, it was super cool. Do I care about hitting witches? Hexes. If I can get down to 4 structures, is there any way I can stop them from getting down 2 more? If I dig one of these, or are they just winning anyhow? If I dig one of these, they can still get down 2 structures. Yes, they still beat me. Yeah, I think I still do just town here. Halflings declined a dig for a VP. What are you guys talking about? It's true that they don't have any hexes they can dig on because they don't have any shipping. But what dig did they have that they could have done that they declined? May not actually have enough digs for a town here. I think I need this hex because I can't afford to buy a priest. Is that correct? Yeah, you can't dig your home hex. I don't have one that I can access to show you, but yeah, halflings couldn't dig this to yellow. I'm short a coin. But I have the worker. But I have one extra worker. So I have enough stuff. I'm actually just short digs here. Unless I can get H8. So what I actually need to do this to build this town is to double dig I7, build a trading post. No, it's complicated. Then I'd have two. Oh, I'd have one free dwelling. Yeah, the town's not happening. All right, so I just take witches hexes then. Town's not happening. Which is kind of lame, but. It's actually super lame that I can't get another town. Yeah, I'm going back to Ranier's earlier comment. This game is incoherent. I just like can't make up my mind or something. I don't know. Some games are just like that. Like I just don't. It's all a big cloud of decisions, and it's not like obvious what the right one is. And like I don't know. The ship thing meant that I had to take a coin town, so I'd have the resources to build stuff this round. But that made me short a priest and stuff. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention to all that. I mean, it's fine, but I'm gonna build a trading post. Do I just give witches free leech here, or do I? Well, this is a 2-for-1 for them, and I offer Lover of Crystal a 3-for-2. Is that smarter? Oh, I could offer anything I offer witches is going to be a 2-for-1, so I could actually build it here. I'm going to do this. I appreciate those comments, guys. Sometimes I wish for the sake of streaming I could be a little bit more coherent. But I guess this is the true story of what's under the hood. It's like most games, it's just like if I'm playing by myself and not streaming, I'm having these same seemingly incoherent conversations in my own head that are missing words in incomplete sentences of like 5 different decision trees and then picking one and then later regretting it. I don't know that I've ever played a game of Terra Mystica that I liked, I think is the thing. Like anytime I play a game, I think like, oh, that was bad. I don't know. There's always something that's like not optimized, but I can't ever put my finger on like what it is. Well, sometimes I can. The Swarmlings game I played yesterday, I was able to put a finger on what went wrong, but yeah. I had been meaning to do a for the longest time when Zoris did that series of your best game. Um, the moment he started doing that, I thought, oh, that's good. Like I was just set up with streaming at the time, I think, and so I was like, well, I'll like I know how to do that. I can record a stream basically and put together a game. And I just couldn't find a game that I liked well enough to put together. I kept reviewing my games and I'm like, oh my god, this is garbage. Like, so I hate looking at my old games because even ones I played last week, they just seem silly. Yeah, I wish there was a feature to bookmark games or something on BGA. You know, but they're not perfect, and perhaps I should just not be as much of a perfectionist. But it's like, you know, like if like I'm upset at myself that I didn't think through round three. I think was it better to note that witches were on the TP tile, and I should have down converted an extra power. Like I lost a half a coin this game, and like that's not really acceptable. Like that's I don't know, like that just bugs me. But I guess it's like you just have to not be completely like OCD about Terra Mystica and just accept that it's kind of like a chaotic mess of stuff and not this like precision thing. But my mind wants me to like play very precision Terra Mystica. Anyhow, speaking of precision, what am I doing with this coin I'm about to pay a point for? And is anyone else offering me free leech? Who did this come from? Roland. So it's my turn next. So do I want a coin? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Uh, I'm just gonna say it's probably okay. Ended up deciding your best game was the second place versus Ghostly. Yeah, seems about right. Yeah. I actually want to secure this hex. I think that seems okay. I'd love to send a priest to air, but I'm actually at a risk of not getting 2 more structures. That's silly. Could probably buy a priest. I should just count this out. Trading post and 2 dwellings. The question is, do I want to build a temple for some reason? 4 workers and 7 coins, or in other words, 11 resources. So I have an extra resource here and a bunch of power. So I could send a priest to air. And then even if Roland digs this, I could buy a priest and get a dwelling here. And then not here if witches dig this with their last action. I mean, that's a lot of edge cases. Because, like, is there a world where I actually send a priest there and then actually build a temple for Air 1 that's 18 resources? But then I would possibly need to buy a priest, so I have to factor those in. 18, 21 resources, 14, 15, 19, 20. I need another 2 for 1 leech if this hex got taken to build a temple for Air 1. Ugh. It's actually a little sketchy. So what else does Roland do other than just take this hex? Yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm also guilty of being a bit too paranoid. Like, I realize players also have their own plans that they're trying to execute, and the world doesn't just revolve around me. But sometimes I feel like it does. Is the temple worth it when I'm not on the TP tile? No, it is not. Well, barely. It could be, but you're right. No, it's bad. Like I would basically pay 2 resource points, possibly a third, but we'll say it's 2, and 2 points in the pass tile to gain 3 and a step on air. It's probably bad. It could be okay by a point. But yeah, this is just the fine line. I mean, I think this is winning anyhow, so I should just play a simpler game. I think I do like a priest action here, though. If I'm just trading post, doing trading post and 2 dwellings, then I have 4 power that I don't need to use. Or even more, really, because I have nothing to do with my workers. I have like 5 power that I have nothing to do with. Yeah, so my next move here is just to take a priest. And I might send 2 to fire. Like if halflings send 1 to fire, then me sending 2 is worth it. Nice town, they made it work. I didn't actually pay attention to where they dug this stuff out. I haven't really been following Witch's game. But how did they end up digging all this stuff out? But they're on a spade? I guess they dug those out as dwellings last round. Did halflings do this round? I don't know. She's been building dwellings. Shipping. Oh, shipping. Last 2 turns were a ship and a dwelling on B6. So witches can actually just get down to 2 structures. Because they have a spade, they're going to dig here, and then they can fly and then use their last resources to build. That's kind of cool. Who am I giving leech to? Because it just doesn't really matter. Single dig A5. What are you talking about? I don't think there's a point because witches can just get down both of these structures anyhow. Like they have a spade and they can actually just like dig, build on it, and then fly to A1. I think that's probably what they do. I don't see why they would build on A6. Yeah. Which is a bit of a shame. I forget why they dug this. They used cult spades or something? This was their earth? No, I don't know when they dug this. When did witches dig A6? Okay, so they do just, I mean, I guess it's all the same. They can just go here and then blockers game. Well, I can't type. C4, you mean? I assume that's what he means, other than maybe there was some of this, like... I guess he's probably talking about C4 and F4. So how long can Roland stall for? I guess a little bit. I want Roland to commit his priests. Well, actually, yeah, I guess he does just win fire, which is kind of annoying. Because if I send a priest to fire, he just sends 1 back. Takes up the last spot. If he sends a priest first, there's not enough steps left. So it's fine. He just wins fire, and then I don't really have any reason to stall. Whoops, sorry, I realize this is always annoying. Yeah, yeah, I was just thinking about that. Um, yeah, that's like it's like a four. It's sort of a 4 point cult step. The difference is that it is. I think the way to look at it is it's 4 VP for him relative to other players. I will dig with my priests still, so that's 4 points against him that I wouldn't have otherwise had. But yeah, that cult step is really strong. So I hope he sends his priest to fire here. Oh, he needs to send his priest to fire and not dig with it. Right. So it's also, it is costing this priest. That's true. And I think they should. I think they should, though, right? I mean, I guess me sending a priest to fire is actually kind of fine because it's still 2 points against someone. And if witches send a priest to fire, then it kind of makes it better. I think that's how that works. Because this would be 3 points on Roland if witches send their priest to fire, which I think they should. So that cult step didn't protect him as much, because his priest of fire just doesn't make sense. Okay, so Roland just does that. So this is just a dig and then a resource point. Wait. That should be a ship advance. Can I undo here? Probably not. It's a point. I think this should be a ship advance. Because if I dig, then it's just 3 points. A ship advance is 4. Oh. Yeah. I have 8 here. 12 on network. 8 on the pass. Yeah, it's not that far from Roland. Damn. Like, he's got... well, he has 0 in network. So he has 4 resource points. Should have been a ship advance last turn for 7 VP, yep. for sure. Yeah, and these are some of the slight difference between me streaming and me not, is that if I'm not streaming, I'm just staring at the board and counting out. Well, what if I'd say there's a 60 to 70% chance. There's a very reasonable chance that I would have known that digging C4 would have meant I would have needed a coin town to get out all the structures I wanted to, because it's a dwelling round. And by taking a coin town and not a priest town, I was short a dig based on the sequence of how I had to build stuff and H8 pressure to not get a town. So I would have known that C4 meant no town, which would have meant third ship kind of thing. I mean, it's basically a 3 VP difference here, but when I'm streaming, I can't talk and keep up with chat and think through all that kind of stuff. As it is, when I'm not streaming, I'm kind of a slower player because I'm counting all of those things. But yeah. But it's a good point because it's like if to like go all in on something, right? Like, and it's totally fine. I may still have done that, but like the key is like, you know, knowing what a decision means entirely. So B4 is a network play. It's like I'm giving up my third town, and instead I'm just gonna like hit the track a bit harder. Not gonna build a temple, like an expensive temple. Yeah, and just go that route. The reason the town did work quite a bit, or this line actually worked quite a bit better, which I don't think I could have calculated, but was just the fact that I got on the TP pass tile. It made the line of going 3 shipping last round, blocking C4 and not towning and not ending with a temple just that much sweeter. Had I not been on this tile, it would have kind of been a shame to not have either 3 shipped last round or towned this round. Then that would have been like kind of gross, basically. But yeah, being on the TP tile made that like the fact that I couldn't town this round not that bad, because then I wasn't building a temple for fire 2 that was 2 resource points minus 2 VP here kind of thing. Anyhow, fun game. Let me just go over the breakdown real quick. How many 7 coin actions did we get? We got 3. Yeah, so one of those can't be attributed to air 1. It was just attributed to round 1 leech. So I got 2 more coins actions here and here. So I can kind of say my air 1 was 3.5 coins, 3.5 coins, 2, 2, and 2. So it gave me 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It gave me 13 coins versus 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So air 1, I lost 2 coins to gain a worker, 2 power, and a cult spade, basically. So I think that was a very good trade. That worker in round 3 was definitely a lot of help. Simon did have an earlier line, who I don't know if he's still on stream here, but that in round 2 I could have sent the priest to fire, and then built my sanctuary in round 2 for fire 1 to take both econ favors. Air 2 and fire 1 is like, it's a lot of like coins basically, and like it's kind of weird to go double econ and not take earth 2. But it could have been really interesting because your lack of worker production would have just been fed by the cults for the next 2 rounds. I would have just had 2 workers going into this round from air, 2 workers going into this round from fire, and then you temple in round 3 and take water 1 or air 1 or whatever, and then your worker production is even better. And I think that would have been quite interesting as well. Yeah, anyhow. Where else do people get their points? Ugh, that's gross. Let's see here. So I guess I just hit the track. Oh, I hit the track very well because of the dig round. I think I did 6 digs in the dig round, 2 towns in the town round, probably 3 dwellings in the dwelling round, a TP, a big building, something like that. And it was a pretty good Darklings track. Just had Earth 1 and Water 1, so that usually scores you 30 points if you get them early. Bonus cards weren't great, but they weren't good for anyone, so I just got 6 off the ship VP and then 8. So that's actually pretty good. Getting that TP tile in the last round was pretty awesome. My towns were pretty low VP. I took a ship town and a coin town. So a coin town and then even more expensive coins. This really made the game pretty well. Getting second on network was pretty cool. Because even with blocking Halfling's connection, in most other games, it's not obvious. Like, dwarves just didn't expand here. They started on F6, which is weird. They lost this hex and gave it to witches. They built a sanctuary in round 2 for an econ favor. They did a double hard dig here. I think this was 6 workers, and they had already committed half of a spade to this. So, like, it was like they spent 6 power and 6 workers for these 2 hexes after building like a round 2 sanctuary kind of thing. So their network aspirations here were never very big, but in most games, I think with dwarves, even with witches in, they can put up a pretty good network fight. Like, dwarves actually ended with extra gray hexes. They just didn't have the juice to do anything with them or prioritize like another temple or something. So I guess my point is it's like 14 network isn't necessarily a clean 12 points in this color wheel. So, where they went wrong. Their round 1 was okay. They didn't end round 1. They dug this. Yeah, I don't really know either. I mean, they went... Round 1, they were on temp ship. And then single dug this hex. And then built a temple here and another dwelling or something. They took an econ favor, which gave them this spade, I think, or something like that. They took air 2, which was nice. There was an air spade here. Yeah, I don't really know. Air 2 into round 2 stronghold. I think that's what that was. It was a round 2 stronghold. I can't actually remember. That's a lot of econ, basically. Logos often refers to that as like double econ, like building a stronghold and then your first favor being just like an econ favor. So I think like they did win network, which was very good, and they did win 2 cults. I don't really know. I mean, not getting a 3rd town was pretty rough for them. This was inefficient because halflings messed with them, so they had to spend like a lot of digs to dig this back. They didn't get a 3rd town. And yes, the ship VP was in, was like one of only 2 points pass tiles to get. There's just some inherent like inefficiencies in building a witch's stronghold and then also upgrading your shipping. Like, part of why the stronghold is so good is because you can secure the hexes you need to for connection and for your town spots. So like this can be a town spot, sometimes this or this is a town spot, and then flying over here is pretty common. And then your stronghold can just like plop dwellings all along the map, and then you can just delay your ship upgrades until the end of the game. So, but it was like round 3 or something bizarre. I think that witches had invested like 3 priests and 12 coins into shipping after having built a stronghold and air 2. So, yeah, I didn't follow it that closely, but that doesn't seem like a great recipe for success. And then, yeah, building a town down here seemed a little suspicious when halflings were just going to mess with it to some degree. Even if they let you ultimately have it, they're gonna force a sanctuary that you don't. Oh yeah, this big building. Like when did they build this sanctuary? Like I don't think this was in a big building round. So did they build a big building outside of a big building round and then like have to dig a red hex to green? Like that's just so much inefficient stuff that it's gonna affect points downstream somehow. I think that's about it. Oh, so take a look at leech. Decent leech all around. I had good leech. I had really good leech in the early game, and then I didn't get a crazy amount for the rest of the game. Like this isn't a ton of leech to have, but for like an entire game. Oh, that's victory points lost. Oh, that's actually a lot of victory points. What am I talking about? Power gain through structures. I guess my point is like, however much leech I got a lot of leech early, and that's when it really matters. 38. Okay, so that's a lot of leech. But in round 1, if you remember, I had a temple here, and these all became level 2 structures. I even dug this hex before witches upgraded here, and then like I had this hex secured before halflings decided to build their temple here as opposed to here. And then these all became sanctuaries the next round, and I had like these, this was like 3 to 4 levels of structures when that. So like this was just so much early leech that in round 1 I got the workers action. In round 1 did I get workers, coins, and priest, or something bizarre? Yeah, and then air 2 just kicked in the rest. But my round 1 was pretty nuts, so hard to beat that. Anyhow, I think I'll wrap things up here for now, folks. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll be posting about open table details for this weekend soon, so keep an eye on the Discord for updates. As always, thanks for tuning in, folks. Bye for now.